You might know Trina Liang as a finance leader or through the Lin Foundation. You may have seen her courtside with Netball Singapore. But behind the headlines is a woman who doesn't just hold power, she welds it with purpose. Hi Trina, nice to see you.
Hi Rick.
Thank you for meeting me today here. When you said we were going to meet off court, I had no idea we were going to meet at such a nice place. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. We wanted to talk to you about your background and how you became Trina Lin today.
I have to start with the fact that I am very uncomfortable talking about myself. You know, my private life is something I think I guard very closely. So it's going to be interesting to open up like this. So maybe I'll go back to my childhood.
Please.
You know, it was a tough time. My mother had a very rare genetic brain disorder.
Okay.
I just remember a lot of going to Tan Tock Seng Hospital. I literally lived there from the age of 4 to about 17. My mother was in and out of hospital, mainly in. And so I knew a lot about life and death at a very early age. And that includes money issues as well. You know, I came from a middle income family, but because of sickness, major sickness and illness in my family, we didn't afford a lot of things.
How did your mom's passing impact your view on insurance, financial planning, and financial security?
I think when my mom passed away, it was first a big shock. It shouldn't have been because she was ill for so long, but
Yes.
the shock would really come in terms of finances. And very quickly after that, we had to sell our house.
I see.
And I didn't have that conversation with my father about like why we sold our home, but it did have a very major impact. I think from then on, for someone at 17, the importance of money became real, like
Yes.
really real. If you asked me, what course did you do? Were you passionate about it? The answer, Rick, is no. As superficial as it may seem, I chose because of money. Investment banking was going to make me the most money, so that's the course I went to.
And that's where you started,
And
yes,
that's
your
where
career?
I started in London. When I went to London, I wanted to get a scholarship that didn't bond me to Singapore. I really wanted to have that opportunity
Flexibility, yeah.
and flexibility to live and work abroad. It was very important to me.
But to some extent, it gave you then the financial means to then start the Lin Foundation, which I understand is your real passion in life. Can you tell me more about the Lin Foundation?
Yeah, so the Lin Foundation was founded in 2016 on our 20th wedding anniversary. My husband Ed asked what we should do to commemorate it. And I remember we were talking about grand holidays and what have you. And we decided that we wanted to set up a foundation. And because both of us benefited from scholarships, we also wanted to pay forward that opportunity to kids to also allow them to go abroad, especially the ones from disadvantaged families.
And you've impacted a number of these students' lives in, I'm sure, ways that are immeasurable.
For us, that's what gave myself and my husband that uplift. Without education, without scholarships, both me and my husband would not be the people that we are today.
Wow. What a way to start a legacy on your 20th wedding anniversary to make it a decision like this.
And it's going to be 10 years next year. So
Fantastic.
we're very happy about that.
Is insurance and financial planning important for you and your husband in addition to what you do for your charities?
Yeah, I look at insurance like a parachute that I fold very neatly. Every day I put in like another flap and I fold it so that when I go up on that plane and jump out and when I really need it, that parachute unfolds and I have a good, nice landing. That's how I see my insurance policy.
Well, it's a great analogy. You know, I've been in the insurance business for my entire career. Looking back on it from my father who passed away and had provided insurance, it becomes that parachute for people that provides that financial security in times of uncertainty and in times of difficulty.
Yeah.
It's a great way to put it. Tell me a little bit about your view of wealth and the journey that you've had with respect to wealth.
There were many points of heartbreak in my earlier life, particularly my mom dying.
Yes.
But as a young kid, I knew that your heart could break, but your spirit is something you can control. For me, those points made my spirit much stronger. I think it's a gift that I came from a background where I didn't have much money. Because to me, making all that money is nice to have, but I also know how it feels like not to have that much money. So for me, money is a means to an end. Giving back to the next generation is something that is very close to my heart. It's important to me also to be a mentor to young people. So I have been part of a mentorship program that the People's Association set up about 20 years ago called YWLC, which is the Young Women's Leadership Connection. I saw it grow from 20 girls to what is now probably like 400 girls. And that has given me a lot of purpose as well.
Do you have any particular views or advice for young ladies as they move into the working world?
Women are making strides in the financial world in big ways in just one generation. I think financial literacy is becoming more and more important for women. And that comes back to an organization I started and founded with a few of my friends. So there were 13 of us that started the Financial Women's Association, and the part of the mandate was to really look at how we can help women start being financially accountable and responsible for the money that they have.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Tell me a little bit about your priorities this year and what's next for you down the road, so to speak, because you're involved in so many organizations. Which are the ones that are becoming to the top of the list, so to speak, now?
Yeah, I think the ones that are most important are the ones that I chair at this point in time. I co-chair the Ministry of Defense Accord, Total Defense, and I also chair Women in Sustainability and certainly netball. So netball is my first love, even before Ed, my husband. Netball is played in 200 schools in Singapore. It has 80 clubs in Singapore. And if you look at the number of people in the whole community of netball, it numbers over 100, 200,000 people. It's one of the biggest sports in Singapore, and certainly for women, it is the #1 sport.
Well, it sounds exciting. Why don't we go catch a match?
Let's go catch a match. This is pretty much half my life, and this is what I call my second home. I've been president of Netball Singapore for 2 years now, and it's been really fulfilling. I'm really happy to be back in my second home. Netball Singapore is one of the oldest women's associations. It started in 1963, even before Singapore became independent.
Tell me about the sponsorship from Singlife.
Oh, that is so important for us. It's not easy for women's sports in particular to get sponsorship. So I would like to say that, Singlife had that vision and belief that their support for something like netball is something that would adhere to their own goals as a company.
Oh, that's great. I'm sure we're very happy and very committed to the sponsorship.
This has been so much a part of my life. It's a great way for me to come back and give back to my sport, serving and leading Netball Singapore again.
In a world driven by numbers and growth, Trina's story reminds us that true wealth is measured by the values we hold and the lives we touch. Her story is a testament to the power of purpose and the legacy that we choose to leave behind.